about our ministry, visit pcfv.ph or follow our social media for more updates and mission reports. Join us next time on 702 DZJS Jesus Saves, Kaagapay mo sa katotohanan. Also on TGON's koolFM, GDG Radio, SBS DZMX 954, and Sun Radio 1206. I'm Stephen Nuana del Sol. Take care and God bless the Philippines. Worship Hour is a Christian contemporary music bulletin of the Philippine Christian Family Broadcasters. All songs featured are duly owned by its respective groups and individuals. Duplication and illegal broadcast of this episode is strictly prohibited. Katotohanan ng salita ng Diyos ang aming batid. Sumasahin papuwid at naglilingkod mula sa Maynila. Ito ang Morning Star Radio Incorporated.
Manatili ka sa amin, Panginoon, manatili ka sa amin.
702 DZJS Jesus Saves. Gagapay mo sa katotohanan. You're listening to koolFM. koolFM is a TVH Group of Networks radio station. Tondo's greatest hits are here.
Good morning and welcome to Hello Pilipinas. Today is July 14, 2024, and we will be getting into what's happening today in lifestyle and entertainment, and of course, bringing you the latest news headlines with koolNews Early Edition. Okay, so let's get started. So, as we all know, by tomorrow there will be some significant changes to koolFM schedule because there will be planned changes, of course. So what can we expect? What can we expect with the once again? What can we expect with the programming changes of koolFM starting tomorrow? Well, there will be some changes to morning lineup, and of course there will be some changes there too. So by then, tomorrow 5:30, you can expect a paid programming from PCFB at 5:30, and then 6 a.m. will be koolNews Early Edition. So for the weekends, it's the same thing, but 5:30 to 7 will be occupied by PCFB. And yes, those are the changes what you can expect when koolFM signs on tomorrow. Okay, so now let's get into what with some lifestyle maybe. So let's get into that now. Excuse me. So let's go to lifestyle. What can we have here today? Excuse me. Filipina artist Marta Atienza takes over Times Square. So, this is interesting. Okay, so let me show you the screen share right now. Let me just grab my browser real quick. Excuse me, this is going to be on. There we go. Okay, so this is what we are going to be talking about. The first thing here today. So here it is. This is the Art Islands, which is in the Times Square, New York. And man, I have to say, it looks nice here. So this is the Our Island. Here, so as part of New York's Midnight Moment, Filipino artist Marta Anienza sends her work, 2017 work, Our Islands, something like that, something there, across multiple digital billboards for 3 minutes every night throughout July. Excuse me. The program flashes from 11:57 p.m. to midnight as part of the Midnight Moment Summer, showcasing art across more than 95 advertising billboards. Originally a 72 film minute film, Our Island features underwater scenes from Bantayan Island in Cebu. Compressor compressor divers perform a procession on the ocean water, emulating the Antihan parody. They don various dive costumes and items referencing Filipino culture from the Santo Nino to a caricature of Manny Pacquiao with boxing clubs and Roman celebrations. The work aligns with the artist's environmental advocacy, highlighting the dangers faced by Bantay Island's compression divers due to ocean degradation. The coordinates in the title were chosen by the divers to reflect the current tide and exact time of day. So let's have a look. Let me just show you right now. Let me just go ahead and switch windows if I can. Still loading on my end, and I'm just waiting because I don't want to like mess up my YouTube recommendations on my main, so I'm trying not to mess it up here. Let's see, unless I will be forced to stop screen sharing, who knows? But we'll be showing you this video, so let's see. And I do wonder if I'm just going to get my phone real quick. Okay, you know what? It wants me to stop screen sharing for some reason, so... Oh, never mind, okay. Okay, here it is. Switch the windows now. Okay, so let's go have a look. I don't know if the music is copyrighted, hopefully not, but we'll see, we'll see. We'll see. Right, but let's have a look. There you go. That's the video, guys. That is the video. I have to say that looks really impressive. That looks really impressive. That looks really impressive. Let me now just change the screen share real quick. Give me a second. But yeah, I have to say that's very impressive. That's very impressive. Okay, so now let's continue. So Atienza's Our Islands project is a key component of her broader initiatives with the Patayan community, which she has made her home. In partnership with locals, she co-established Goodland, an offshoot of Art Lab dedicated to addressing economic, environmental, and social challenges facing the island. This specific work has gathered international recognition, securing the Bolse Art Prize in 2017 and being acquired by the Hoptenham Abdul Agbi in 2021. It has been showcased in various exhibitions across Asia, Australia, and Europe. Art Marta Atienza, an art of mixed Dutch and Filipino heritage, has received numerous accolades including the Ateneo Art Awards 2012 and 2016, and the pres- prestigious 13 Artist Award from the Cultural Center of the Philippines in 2015. Represented by several Lens Gallery, Atienza's work reached Times Square through the initiative of founders Isa Lorenzo and Rachel Brillo. Silverlands, which opened a New York branch in Chelsea in 2022, submitted a proposal to Times Square Arts, known for bringing creative works to the heart of Manhattan. So that is very nice, huh? That's very nice. That's very nice. So that's one of the cool. That's one of the cool billboard thing I have seen. So that's kudos to that. Okay, so now keep let's now keep going with let's go keep going with the another lifestyle stuff here. Let's go open hard. Let's go open that one. Okay, so Carl John Cruz unveils new limited edition piece at Art, Music, and Film Show at Silverlands Gallery. Yes, you heard that right. This is the limited edition, as you can see. Celebrating his 10th anniversary in the fashion industry, designer Carl John Cruz partners with Silverlands Gallery for a one-day event featuring longtime creative collaborators and a new 24-look collection of three edition only garments. International and the Barangay, which will take place at Silverlands Gallery on July 17, is a one-day only presentation with photographer Renzo Navarro, music producer King Fuentes, if I can't pronounce, I'm so sorry, but Fuentes Pina, aka Crown, and film director Juice Figueres. The show also coincides with the gallery's 20th anniversary. And the embed is broken, so I don't know how to get it working. Let me just open a new tab and see it works. Okay, so you can see here. This is the artwork. This is the post, as you can see. This is the post you can see there. All right. Okay. After 10 years of collection making and research as a brand, we realized that we are deeply influenced by the individuals who wear our clothing, recognizing their innate ability to express their own visions through our clothing, said Cruz in a press release, seeing the brand not just as a wardrobe of garments, but as a way of living and being. Cruz has made a name for himself for his designs that meld Filipino dress elements with techniques he's learned from his time at the London College of Fashion Emperor Ebe Philos Serlim, where he interned. For this upcoming collection, he sets out to question what Filipiniada is and who it is for by recontextualizing ironic styles through service designs and fabric manipulation. The collection also marks Cruz's return to collection making, although his Allier has never stopped creating, releasing capsules that include everyday, consider everyday wear, one-off custom wear as well as accessories in the last few years. This, he said, signals the brand's independence from fashion seasons and calendars, calling it a collection centered on process untethered to retail expectations. So this is the photo here, you can see here. I do say it looks very interesting. We now prioritize nurturing our creative progress, taking a proactive stance in determining collection making timelines, depth of thought, and level of detail until we achieve satisfaction with our work, the designer said. This shift represents a significant revolution in our philosophy and practice, emphasizing quality, creativity, and deliberate craftsmanship. The 24-look collection still bears signature CGC design elements, most notably their house-developed patterns and fabrics, including denims, picots, poplins, and silk lightens, manipulated in ways uncanny to conventional garment making. And for the show at Silver Lens, his collaborators also toy with the brand's core values through their respective practices but still seamlessly integrate their outputs with the collection. Navarro, who is also Carjad Group's image director, created compelling character studies that capture personalities that transcend time across all kinds of Filipino-ness. The brand commissioned Figueres to make a film that blurs the line between the show and its inception. The film director integrates the crew's movements, hours of fittings, intimidations, and celebrations into a choreography of the work, fusing fashion and film, highlighting motion, beauty, and rawness by harmonizing the digital and analog. And to set the multi-sensorial stage for the show, Crown will do a live music set anchored around themes of home and community, using sounds found in La Union's beaches and markets. I think it was all about the urge to create a space for us to reinforce to each other of the value of our work through set of a multimedia collaboration. It's a translation of our relationship as Filipino creators and hopefully a deepening sense of worth and beauty. There you go. So that's one of the things we can expect this July 17. So this is promising. And then we will do one more before we head into commercial break. Well, what do we have here? Manila Symphony Junior Orchestra wins big in Europe. Nice, huh? Nice. The ensemble of 40 young Filipino musicians has just clinched back-to-back victories into prestigious international competitions, putting the Philippines on the global classical music map. Dressed in modern barong ensembles with multicolored embroidery, the Manila Symphony Junior Orchestra kicked off their European tour with a bang in Bratislava, Slovakia, where they swept the Bratislava International Music Festival on July 4, scoring a near perfect 99 points. The orchestra not only secured the gold prize but also the coveted Grand Prix as the sole recipient among all participating orchestras. So this is the photo they took after uh, after the Banana Symphony Junior Orchestra. So this is the photo you can see there. And I have to say that it's very nice. Yeah, very nice indeed. Okay, now let's continue. Just 3 days later, the young musicians took center stage at the ironic Golden Hall of the Music Foreign in Vienna, Austria. This gilded venue, referred by classical music aficionados worldwide, witnessed the MSJO's trump at the 2024 Summa Cum Laude International Music Festival, considered one of the most prestigious music festivals for young musicians. With this year's competition of over 2,000 participants from 14 countries, the young musicians clinched first place with outstanding success in the string orchestra category, sharing the top spot with Taiwan's Ling String Orchestra. The impact of the performance was so palpable that it moved one of the festival judges, Austrian conductor, jury member, and workshop facilitator, Professor Christoph Ehrenfellner. I expected something special, but you surpassed my expectations. It was absolutely magic. I really want to congratulate you in the name of all of us at the jury. I have been a jury member in this competition for 14 years, and it is very rare that my sheet for writing blanks is blank. Just a full, perfect score at the end. There's nothing to say about this performance. So this is this is what they performed before right there. The program, a blend of Western classical pieces and Filipino compositions that feature Rossini's Cristantemi, Dvorak's Sararzo from Serenade for strings, and original works by Filipino composers Hernani Gornaka and Real Nicole Custodio was performed entirely from memory. The orchestra's success is the result of the rigorous youth training program of the Manila Symphony Orchestra Foundation, one of Asia's oldest orchestras. The MSGO is led under the baton of the re-owned conductor Jeffrey Sorales, who is also the executive director of the MSO Foundation and associate conductor of Manila Symphony Orchestra. Also leading the youth orchestra were MSO concertmaster San Mario Gonzalez and principal cellist Arnold Joseph. So this is the photo taken. You can see here. Yeah, again, it really looks nice. The the MSJO continued the tour with performances in Vienna's MUTH Theater, the Vienna Concerthaus, and Prague's Semtana Hall before returning to the Philippines on July 13. The entire 2024 European tour of the MSTO was sponsored by Standard Insurance, led by its group man Ernesto Judas uh, Cruz, who is joining the group before the entire duration of the tour. With the MSO's foundation's recent application to be recognized as a national performing arts company, the success of the MSGO could herald a new era of regular government support for classical music in the Philippines. Again, there you go. That is all for the lifestyle thing. Again, that really looks nice. Okay. There we go. Okay, so we will be getting into koolNews early edition later, but not now, but later, but most likely at around 7:40 5-ish or something. But yes, we will be covering what's happening in entertainment next right after this. So stick around. Hello Pilipinas will return after these messages. And time check is now 22 minutes after 7. Welcome back to Hello Pilipinas, and now let's get into some entertainment headlines. Let's get started. Let's go to inquire for our entertainment now. Well, apparently it's kind of slow, slow thing. But let's get into yesterday's showbiz. Starting with the logo showbiz. Okay, there you go. It appears that Rico Blanco is set to re-release the 1990s River Maya song Ki Mata amid his recent breakup with Mars Racal, and fans of the pair couldn't help but feel all the feels. Blanco dropped a teaser clip via his Instagram page on Thursday, July 11, a day before the actor's made the split public. In the video, the musician who is sitting in his studio plays on his laptop the melody of Ki Mata. So this is the caption. Point of view, you are finally ready for the world to hear the track you have been working on for the last 5 months. The press in the clip reads. He also added the caption, in the caption, 07.19.24, which means July 19th, which appears to be the release date for the song. After Rakal's revelation, fans were then quick to relate the track to the current status of Blanco's love life, swarming this comment section with their sentiments on the pair's breakup. Blanco, meanwhile, has yet to respond to these remarks or publicly address the breakup as of this Friday. Raquel confirmed during a Star Magic Spotlight press conference that she and Blanco parted ways after 5 years of being together, saying there was no party in the relationship. For the first time, Dennis Truller affirmed that he has no ill feeling toward ABS-CBN following his viral comment on TikTok asking whether the network still exists. In a recent interview on 24 Horas, Trillo broke his silence and stressed that in his 20 years in show business, he holds no resentment toward anyone. Ayoko maapekto dahil hindi na ba totoo yung mga narinig ko, mga nababasa kong comments dahil syempre dahil na-hack ng yung account ko. Sa 20 years na ako sa industry na to, walang po ako naging kaaway, walang po akong salitang na masama. Walang po akong anything against ABS-CBN, he underscored. The Kapuso actor declared that he would not make any offensive remarks, especially against his former network. Mataas po ang respeto ko sa kanila. Doon po ako nanggagaling. At syempre, yung respeto importante sa akin yan, pinapahalagahan ko yan. Ako po ay hindi sasagot ng mga ganun klase comments sa isang simpleng tanong, kaya kung sagutin yan with full respect, hindi po sa ganun matter, stated the actor. So let's hear his statements. Let me just book it up the video. Let me just mute it for a while. Okay, just give me a second. If I can connect my mail real quick. There we go. Okay, so let's hear his statements.
Dennis, isa-segue ko na kasi alam naman recently na pag-usapan na nagkaroon ng komento dun sa social media mo. And of course,
Yes,
yung management mo ay nagbigay na ng statement na nahack yung account mo. Naapektuhan ka ba dito?
Um, Ayoko magbaapekto dahil hindi naman totoo yung mga naririnig ko, no, mga nabasa kong mga comments dahil syempre nahack nga yung account ko at ako ay sa 20 years sabay tayo dito sa industriya na to. Wala po akong naging kaaway, wala akong naging pinagsalitaan ng masama. Wala po akong anything against ABS-CBN. Mataas po ang respeto ko sa kanila. Doon po ako nanggaling, doon tayo nanggaling pareho. At syempre yung respeto, importante sa akin yan. Kaya pinahalagahan ko yan. Ako po ay hindi sasagot ng mga ganong klaseng comments sa isang simpleng tanong. Kaya kong sagutin yan with full respect pero hindi sa ganong manner.
Yeah, there you go. That's his statement. Trillo recently made headlines after he allegedly replied to a comment about his swap, Jenny and Margado, transferred to ABS-CBN after she was not seen on GMA's news station ID. May ABS Pagpa, does ABS still exist? A comment supposedly from the actor Reed, which gained attraction. After the viral comment, Trillo's management released a statement saying that the actor's TikTok page had been hacked. On Thursday, July 11th, Trillo posted a new video on the platform hinting that he now has access to his account. Meanwhile, Mercado's talent manager affirmed that the actress will stay as a royal artist of GMA. Trillo and Mercado also recently set up their own production company. The two have been married since 2021. And finally, in our local showbiz now, Bea Alonso admitted that her face became known after veteran actress Gian Garcia slapped her for a widow's war scene, but the forward nonetheless regarded it as an achievement. Alonso spoke about her filming experience with Garcia, particularly their slap scene during a Fast Talk with Buddha interview on Thursday, July 11. Show host Abuda initially asked Alonso during the Fast Talk segment to choose between Garcia's slap or their co-star Rafael's Rosa Hawk. Pwede yakap na lang ni Rafael. Ang sakit talaga nung sampal ni Miss Juan. My God, she said while holding her cheek. Further into the conversation, Abunda asked about the slap scene which Alonso namely expounded. 3 levels talaga yung naramdaman ko after yung sampal. The actress said, yung una sabi ko ang sakit pain yung una. Yung second level para nananam sila. Sabi ko, oh my God, bakit ganito? Parang kumakapal yung piski ko. Tapos yung third level parang silang ang pinpins and needles. Despite this, Alonso underscored pero worth it. At least na yung masasabi kong nasampal na ako ng isang Juan Garcia. Alonso also praised Garcia's acting chops. Ang galing-galing nila talaga. She's brilliant. Aside from Alonso and Garcia, the GMA's TV series also stars Carla Abellana, Jagilo Blanco, Rita Danula, Jerry Gonzalez, and Tonton Gutierrez, among others. And we have some breaking news. Actually, that's from yesterday, but we have some breaking news. This is a part of entertainment. So Disney has been hacked. Around 1 terabyte, if I get it right, of data is stolen, including unreleased projects, raw images and code, some logins, links to internal API, web pages, and more. Well. That's very, very interesting. But anyways, we will now get ready for we will now get ready for koolNews edition. It is now 7:39, and we will be right back. But we will get ready, headlines prepared. So stick around, people. We will be right back.
Live from Cool Studios, this is koolNews Early Edition.
Good morning and welcome to koolNews Early Edition. At least one floor of a six-story building in Pasay City that once housed a Philippine offshore gaming operator Pogo now serves as a shelter for the homeless. The Department of Social Welfare and Development had a space repurposed for after the Pogo was shut down following a raid in October last year, when authorities found an alleged um, torture chamber, a sex den, and other signs of the company being used for human trafficking and online exams. The DSWD is currently occupying the second floor of the building at the corner of Williams and Harrison Streets under an agreement it signed in May with the Presidential Anti-Organized Crime Commission, the agency that led the raid. The floor now serves as a processing center for vagrants brought in from the streets and who the DSWD formally calls families and individuals in street situations. The other floors are being used by three other government agencies: PAOCC, the Bureau of Immigration, and the Technical Education and Skills Development Authority. The homeless people receiving aid at the building will eventually be brought back to their home province under the DSWD's Upland Abot program. There are about 60 of them currently staying there, and more are expected in the coming months, according to Social Welfare Undersecretary Edu Punay. The entire floor can accommodate up to 200 individuals. We renovated the rooms and the common areas to mirror our care facilities, Punay told the Inquirer. Aside from the processing area, the floor has made the space for a clinic and a designated area for children. Punay said that the SWD was now in the process of escorting the property. He said there were provisions in Republic Act number 10364 or the Expanded Anti-Trafficking in Persons Act that allowed the legal procedure for properties that have been used for human trafficking. Oplatpak Abod was launched last year to provide immediate assistance to street dwellers and help them eventually get back on their feet. President Marcos Jr. issued Executive Order number 52 on January 18 to improve the capacity of social workers, community volunteers, and the local governments for such interventions. Citing information gathered by social workers who had interviewed rescued migrants, Merlin Morrow, Division Chief of the DSWD's Social Technology Bureau, said he could raise as much as 1,000 pesos to 1,500 pesos a day, just parking in the streets, or an average of 30,000 pesos a month. The DSWD said it had managed to take 2,078 homeless persons off the streets in Metro Manila since March on the Upland Abot. The mayor of Porlac, Pampanga, where a Philippine offshore gaming operator Pogo was raided last month for alleged illegal activities, has received solid and unwavering support from all of its villages. Chief Anak Amparo Mayor Alasco of Baban Tarlac, where a Pogo company was shut down in March. Mayor Jimmy Capel has been under scrutiny by senators investigating alleged criminal activities, including human trafficking and online scams by Lucky Sort 99's Pogo company operating in his town. Following the June 4 and June 5 raids on Lucky Sort led by Presidential Anti-Organized Crime Commission, Capel's critics accuse him of being a coddler and close friend of the Pogo company's bosses and published pictures of the mayor dining with them. He was also castigated during a provincial board meeting. In last Wednesday's Senate hearing, Senator Sherwin Cachillan said he personally believed that Capel received a special treatment to the Lucky Sort Poco hub. The mayor denied being a Poco supporter and said that he even refused to issue a business permit to Lucky Sort in January this year. He earlier argued that it was the responsibility of the state gaming regulator, Philippine Amusement and Gaming Corp (PAGOR), and not local governments to monitor Pogo activities. In a manifesto of support for our Porlac chief executive posted on the Facebook page of the local newspaper, Punto, on June 28, all the 29 barangay chairs of the town said they believe Capel was not involved in any irregularity in relation to the Poco company, and that he was also responsible for making the town more progressive. The manifesto was reposted on the official Facebook page of Porlac Town and its public information office later on the same day. The Department of Agriculture is expanding the coverage of its program to offer rice at only 29 pesos a kilo to include areas outside the metropolis as the retail price of the staple food is expected to decrease. By August 1, hopefully, we will have 23 stores plus 3 provisional areas. We will have one in Cebu, maybe by Maguindanao. Agriculture Secretary Francisco De Lara Jr. said during the distribution of financial assistance to farmers in Aurora Province. Then as we go along, we will widen the coverage and may even try to lessen the price of the 29 pesos per kilo rice in Kadiwa stores nationwide, hopefully by the first quarter of next year, he added. Early this month, the DA rolled out Program 29 in 10 Kadiwa stores in Metro Manila and the neighboring Bulacan province to sell subsidized rice to vulnerable segments of the population. These are senior citizens, single parents with persons with disabilities, and beneficiaries of the Pamilyan Filipino program, the government's conditional cash transfer scheme for the poor. This initiative aims to make discounted rice available to about 6.9 million low-income households, which account for about 35 million Filipinos, according to the DA. At present, 30 Kadiwa centers sell rice for 29 pesos per kilogram. The program's large-scale trial was initially scheduled to run for a month in 10 Kadiwa centers before it was expanded to other areas due to supply and logistics considerations. Eligible beneficiaries are allowed to purchase up to 10 kilos of rice per household monthly. The supply is sourced from the aging stocks of the National Food Authority, NFA, the contract growing project of the National Irrigation Administration, and import shipments managed by DA-affiliated entities. Aging NFA stocks refer to rice that has been in storage for 3 months and palay unhugged rice stockpiles that have been kept for 6 months. We continue to learn from this large-scale trial, particularly on demand for low price rice, amount and source of supply, and logistics needed to sustain this program and expand it across the country. Agriculture Assistant Secretary Vilicaria Guevara said last week. The DA is working on another program called Rice for All to provide the general public access to well-milled and fancy rice at prices lower than prevailing market prices of the same quality grain. Laurel said global prices of rice should decline with the end of the El Nino phenomenon that could ease demand from importing countries and eventually increase global production. He also cited the expected lifting of India's ban on the export of non-basmati rice as a factor that could ease supply pressures. On Friday, local regular milled rice retailed from 45 pesos to 50 pesos per kilogram, higher than 36 pesos to 42 pesos per kilogram last year, based on the DA's price monitoring. Local milled rice was priced from 48 pesos to 55 pesos per kilogram, also higher than 40 pesos to 46 pesos per kilogram previously. Imported regular milled rice was sold from 46 pesos to 51 pesos per kilogram, while imported well-milled rice ranged from 51 pesos to 55 pesos per kilogram. The Metropolitan Manila Development Authority, MMD, on Saturday urged protesters to stay away from the Metro Rail Transit Line 7 or MRT 7 along Commonwealth Avenue in Quezon City during their State of the Nation address rallies on July 22. Emmanuel Miro, the MMDA's head for special events, said the agency is 100% ready for President Ferdinand Marcos Jr.'s third SONA, but asked for some cooperation from the expected protesters. We will ask them to move to a more spacious area so they won't cause blockage. The government respects the right to express their sentiments, but we hope they won't end up inconveniencing others, Miro said. He said protesters will be allowed on Commonwealth Avenue, but only up to Luzon Avenue, similar to last year's arrangement. Miro said the agency will deploy a force of 1,329 personnel on the day of the address. He said there are no road closures so far on the part of the MMDA, as it is the security sector such as the police that determines the need for road closures. The Philippines and the United States will hold in Manila, possibly within the month, another 2+2 foreign and defense ministers meeting to finalize agreements, including infrastructure commitments at the 9 sites under the bilateral enhanced defense cooperation agreement. Lee Radnir, U.S. Assistant Defense Secretary, said the ministerial summit will be attended by State Secretary Antony Blinken and Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin for Washington and Foreign Secretary Enrique Manalo and Defense Secretary Gilberto Teodoro Jr. for Manila. Speaking at the Center for Strategic and International Studies China Sea Conference in Washington on July 11, Reuters said the meeting would likely tackle the envisioned General Security of Military Information Agreement, a proposed military intelligence sharing accord. He said Manila and Washington were also working on the security sector assistance roadmap to prioritize shared investments in the modernization of Philippine forces. The future we're striving toward is one with greater interoperability and cooperation among like-minded Indo-Pacific partners, and this means enhanced reciprocal access, more participation in larger and more complex regional exercises, greater investment together in advanced capabilities, and Manila stands at an intersection of all of that, Rodner said. He said the United States would continue to invest in infrastructure improvements at all 9 ECA sites to strengthen combined training, exercises, and interoperability between Filipino and American troops. The 2014 ECA allows the United States to build and operate facilities on Philippine military bases for both U.S. and Philippine forces. Under ECA, the 5 original bases are Fort Magsaysay in Nueva Ecija, Basa Air Base in Pampanga, Udisa Air Base in Palawan, Abudan Air Base in Cebu, and Lumbia Air Base in Misamis Oriental. But since China escalated expansive activities in the West Philippine Sea, both Manila and Washington added naval base Camilo Arias in Cagayan, Camp de la Cruz in Isabela, Balabac Island, and Palawan and Laulo Airport in Cagayan. Oh, whoops. Radner irritated Washington's support for the Philippines as the Chinese embassy in Manila dismissed as a political circus the 2016 Abiro Award, which rejected Beijing's sweeping claim over the South China Sea. This aberration is essentially a political circus dressed up as a legal action, the embassy said in a statement on the 8th anniversary of the award on Friday. The award thus rendered is illegal, null, and void. China does not accept or recognize it, and will never accept any claim or action thereon. This position has won the support and understanding of more than 100 countries. Many international authoritative law experts and scholars have criticized and called into question the integrity of the Abiro Award, the embassy added. Beijing has not specifically identified the more than 100 countries nor the many international authoritative law experts and scholars that have expressed for its claims. At least 4 jurisdictions, however, have expressed official support for the Abiro Award, including the United States, Japan, Australia, South Korea, Canada, France, Germany, European Union, and United Kingdom, some of which have forged security ties with the Philippines. Let me be clear. Reuters said in Washington, the PRC's or People's Republic of China claim has no more credibility today than it did when the Bureau Tribunal issued its unanimous ruling in 2016. Bangladeshi banker and Nobel laureate Humamat Yunus believes that communities, if given access to capital and the tools of entrepreneurship, can dig themselves out of poverty. It was the principle that defined his public life and brought him to the Philippines decades ago, where he found the bond among neighbors strong, but the grassroots mechanism for social services weak. He can partner with social enterprises, business driven by missions transcending the pursuit of profit, in hopes of making them not only financially viable, but empowering for their host communities. Many of the non-profit organizations he worked with, like the Negros Women for Tomorrow Foundation and Hahon Sahirap Incorporated, Hashi, have since operated with the same optimistic mindset that Yunus the Nobel Peace Prize in 2006 microcredit, making capital available through small collective loans, is the lifeline for borrowers not exactly appealing to banks. When Yunus returned to Manila last week, he was happy to see his partners thriving with their own network of micro-entrepreneurs across the country. In some countries, microcredit goes in the wrong direction. What was supposed to be a social enterprise suddenly wants to make a profit, but the Philippines retain the whole spirit, where they make money but it is used for people to benefit from, he told the Inquirer. We are very impressed by the progress and commitment, added the 84-year-old, who came for the Philippine edition of Social Business Day, an annual conference organized by his Dhaka-based think tank, Yunus Center. The man made it his personal mission to promote microfinancing, having witnessed its transformative results in impoverished Bangladeshi's village. And finally, Senator Rizal Hontiveros on Saturday urged Mayor Alice Go of Bamban and her family members to turn themselves out in after Senate President Francis Escudero signed the warrants for the arrest for snubbing the Senate inquiry into the illegal activities of Philippine offshore gaming operators. There are consequences in this regarding the subpoena issued by the Senate. Complying with the subpoena has never been just optional, Hontiveros said in an interview with radio station DWIZ. The arrest that we have to arrest the fact that we have to arrest them for them is to face the Senate, it looks like there are really powerful people behind the setting up and operations of Pogo, she said. Guo was cited in contempt and ordered arrested for twice, refusing to appear in the continuing Senate hearings where she had testified a few times earlier. She said that she had been traumatized and appealed to the Supreme Court to stop Hontiveros and her community from further questioning her. Guo said her constitutional rights to due process and privacy were being violated. This arrest order upholds the mandate of the Senate to safeguard the well-being of Filipinos. Hontiveros, the chair of the Senate Committee on Women, Children, Family Relations, and Gender Equality, said in the statement. The July 11 order directing the Office of the Senate Sergeant at Arms, OSA, to arrest Guo, members of her family, and several others linked to the Pampang Pogo operation was signed by both Escudero and Hontiveros. The OXA reported that its officers did not find Guo in her farm in Bamban while her three siblings were also not at their addresses in Marilao, Bulacan, and in Venezuela City. However, the Senate security team was able to arrest Nancy Gamo, the accountant of the Guo's family's companies. She was immediately taken to the Senate's detention facility in its building in Pasay City. The arrest orders were issued a day after the Court of Appeals granted the petition of the Anti-Money Laundering Council to freeze the assets of the controversial mayor, her business associates, and companies owned by her family. The appellate court's freeze order covered Guo's 36 bank accounts, a helicopter, 12 vehicles, and 12 real estate properties. A total of 90 banks across 40 financial institutions, 27 land titles, and other high-value personal properties of Guo and 6 other individuals, and 6 companies were also included in the court order. Senator Sharon Cajili on Friday said that the AMLC discovered billions of pesos deposited in Guo's bank accounts before the funds were transferred to the accounts of other individuals and business entities. The bulk of the money, he added, came from various individuals and companies in China. Besides, Guo also ordered arrested were her sister, Shirla, brothers Shemen and Wesley, and their supposed parents, Chinese nationals Jian Xiong Guo and Lin Wenyi. Separate arrest warrants were also issued against Dennis Gunanan, who had served as the authority's representative of Hongsheng Gaming Technology Incorporated and a predecessor of Sun Huang Technology Incorporated, which the Philippine Anti-Organized Crime Commission POCC raided in Pampang last March. In addition, the Senate panel issued separate summonses to 50 individuals suspected of involvement in Lucky Star 99 Outsourcing Incorporated, which operated a Pogo hub in Porlac, Pampanga. With the issuance of the orders, Hontiveros said that Guo and the other individuals will be compelled to appear at the next hearing on July 29. The issuance of the arrest order is only the first step to make Mayor Alice Guo or Guo Huaping accountable to our laws, Hontiveros said, using Guo's alleged real name. With the numerous lies and possible crimes committed by Guo and the others involved in Pogos, this is not merely procedural, she added. Hontiveros advised Guo and the others to surface and cooperate with the Senate's investigation, which was triggered by reports of human trafficking, prostitution, murder, kidnapping, and torture allegedly committed on orders of Pogo bosses, many of them fugitive Chinese nationals. Going into hiding won't bury the truth, Hontiveros said. Guo was suspended by the Bambang Ombudsman late in May following a grave complaint from the Department of the Interior and local government. She and 30 other respondents were named in the criminal complaint of qualified human trafficking filed by PAOCC in the Department of Justice. Escudero said the arrest orders were issued against Guo and the others for unruly refusing to appear despite due notice at the hearing of Hodivo's panel. He said that their absence was delaying, impeding, and obstructing the ongoing Senate probe into the web of criminal activities linked to POCOs. And that is all for the first set of headlines right here on koolNews Early Edition. We will get back into that later at around 8:35 p.m. on Hello Pilipinas, or approximately 8:35 a.m. Until then, we will be right back here on Hello Pilipinas, and we will return to Hello Pilipinas shortly to welcome viewers who just joined us. So stick around, we will be right back. Alright, it is 8:07 and welcome to Hello Pilipinas, who just joined us here. So thank you so much for joining us here to start your day with us. In case you missed it in the previous hour, we have covered a lot of lifestyle headlines from, wait for it, from Filipina artist Mattia Atienza taking over Times Square, Scar John Cruz stages new collection and collaboration at Silver Lens. Manila Symphony Junior Orchestra wins big in Europe competitions. That's the lifestyle part. And in local showbiz news, we covered Rico Blanco teasing Kiss Up Mata track amid split with Maris Racal. Dennis Thriller affirms no ill feeling toward ABS-CBN, and Bien Alonso on getting slapped by Gian Garcia. It was worth it, basically. Alright, so as we will get into more entertainment now, let's go into variety. Let's see what's new here. Oh, we have some unfortunate news that we see today. We have two in a row. So we have Richard Simmons and Dr. Ruth Stimmer, both of which have died. So let's cover both of them now in international Hollywood, in international entertainment news. Richard Simmons, the energetic, frizzy hair TV personality and fitness coach who made exercise accessible to millions and then became reclusive in recent years, has died. He was 76. Simmons died at his home in Los Angeles on Saturday, one day after his birthday. His representative testily confirmed the news to Variety. On Friday, Simmons posted a message on social media thanking his fans for their birthday wishes. "Thank you. I never got so many messages about my birthday in my life," Simmons wrote. "I'm sitting here writing emails. Have the most beautiful rest of your Friday." In early 2017, the Missing Richard Simmons broadcast, produced by a former friend, delved into his life and career history and tried to discover why he had completely retreated from the public view after living most of his life in the public eye. The podcast covered the stories that had circulated questioning whether he was suffering from depression or was possibly under the influence of his housekeeper. While other fitness stars like Jack LaLanne, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and Jane Fonda exhibited impressive physiques and movie star good looks, Simmons appealed to the average viewer with blocky chair rather than huge muscles. His neon hued, sequined exercise wear made him a sketch icon, although he avoided discussing his sexuality. The Richard Simmons Show, which featured recipes, exercise routines, and celebrity guests, ran from 1984 to 1989 and gathered daytime Emmys for Best Direction and Best Talk Show. A series of TV workouts, including Sweating to the Oldies, sold well for years, years, bringing his upbeat motivation to viewers around the country. After his Richard Simmons show went off the air, he stayed in the public eye with guest appearances on numerous shows such as Whose Line Is It Anyway, Chips, and Arrested Development. He was also a frequent guest on the Howard Stern radio show and on Late Night with David Letterman. An accompanying biopic of Simmons' life was announced in January 2024, where Pauly Shore was set to portray the fitness icon. Simmons, who has been a close since 2014, spoke out against the film. Hi everybody, you may have heard they may be doing a movie about me with Pauly Shore. I have never given my permission for this movie, so don't believe everything you read, Simmons wrote on Facebook. I no longer have a manager and I no longer have a public list. I just try to live a quiet life and be peaceful. Thank you for all your love and support. Simmons was active in charity events, particularly those promoting a healthful lifestyle, and taught classes at his exercise studios. He made himself available for frequent interactions with his many fans, whether they're on movie stars, home bus tours, clients of his exercise studios, or passengers on his cruise to a love cruise. His exercise studio remained in business in Beverly Hills until 2016. He is survived by project. And Ruth Astemmer, who brought frank talk about sex into America's living rooms for the first time, as radio and television talk host Dr. Ruth has died. She was 96. Westermer died on Friday at her home in New York City, a spokesperson told the New York Times. The diminutive educator with a thick German accent was known for dispensing explicit, down-to-earth advice on matters that weren't previously discussed on air. Westermer hosted at least 5 shows on Lifetime and other cable stations from 1984 to 1993 and wrote dozens of books on sex. And now let's get into both now. Alright, give me a second. Okay, it's very slow, but let's get into one thing and then we will head to ad break so we can prepare for more entertainment stuff here. Lori Petty and Bobby Moynihan have been added to the cast of CBS' upcoming NCIS prequel series, NCIS Origins. These reps will join a cast that also features Austin Stowell, Kel Smith, Kyla Abercrombie, Michael Molino, Diani Rodriguez, and Caleb Foote, with Mark Herman serving as narrator. In the series, Petty will play Dr. Lenora Friedman, a seasoned pathologist at the San Diego Medical Examiner's Office. As comfortable around the dead she is living, her passion for the job is infectious. And Moynihan joins as Wuro Woody Brown, the widely overworked senior chemist and director of the NIS Prosthetic Lab, who compensates for his lack of sleep with an offbeat sense of humor. NCIS Origins began production this past Monday. The show premieres on Monday, October 14th at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. And there we go. That we have now covered the Hollywood now. So we will be taking a break. So stick around. We will be right back as we will be covering gaming, which is coming up next, and of course, anime, and finally we will be covering the last few headlines with koolNews early edition. So now, Viewers and listeners, stick around. We will be right back. welcome back to Hello Pilipinas. And before we get into the gaming thing, before we get into that, we have some we have some very special announcement from for our bloomers out there. It looks like Beanie is going global. Woo! Blooms, let's go. Blooms, this is it. KCON LA 2024, ladies and gentlemen. KCON LA 2024. Beanie will be part of KCON LA 2024, which is located in Los Angeles, which will take place on July 26 to 28, 2024. So you heard it right. Beanie will be joining KCON LA 2024, which is presented by Samsung Galaxy. So let's go, Beanie and Blooms out there. Alright, now let's get into the gaming news now. Let's go to Niche Gamer. Oh, hold on. I might have to go to toilet. Give me a second. I might go to toilet. Just give me a second. Alright, I am back, and now let's continue now. Of course, I do see the Captain America, which already covered yesterday, which we're not going to cover again. So, let's see. All the just reviews, so kind of slow today, but let's get into the first one. So, VR multiplayer shooter Francis was announced. So, publisher and Dreams and developer New Light have announced Francis, a new virtual reality multiplayer shooter coming to multiple platforms. Francis is in development for PlayStation VR 2 and Quest virtual reality headsets. A release date wasn't confirmed, but a closed alpha test will kick off on July 18. Users can sign up on the official Discord channel. We are thrilled to be bringing Francis to PlayStation VR 2, said Dream Studio head Paul Modram. As you can see from the debut gameplay trailer above, Francis fuses Dream's award-winning gunplay with the mayhem of multiplayer, drawing you into neon-soaked arenas where all winner takes all showdown with a twist. Each 5-round match in Francis has a chaotic lucky dip of randomized run types, maps, and teams that ensure no two matches are ever the same. Fun to play yet challenging to master, we think Francis will leave you smiling from ear to ear every time you step into the arena. We look forward to show you more soon. I think I can show you the trailer just for a few seconds. But I have to say it does look interesting. So yeah, actually no, never mind. I don't want to show you the trailer, but what I can tell already, it looks promising. Okay, next. Since it's slow, well, let's cover that. Okay, well, Nintendo Switch Online subscribers out there, Nintendo has announced that Nintendo Switch Online is adding all 3 of the original listed 2 No Starfight games from the Game Boy Advance. So there you go. It will be available for the expansion pack subscribers. So if you wanna go try those games, you will have to at least have the Nintendo Switch Online Plus expansion pack. Okay. All right. Okay, so sorry, I was just so something. But anyways, Action Game Maker. Whoa, Action Game Maker. Whoa, Action Game Maker. Hold up now. Hold up. RPG Maker franchise developer Gotcha Games has announced Action Game Maker, the successor to the Pixel Game Maker spin-off creation engine. Action Game Maker is launching sometime in 2025 for Windows PC via Steam. So here is the rundown. The latest in the running Maker series of game development toolkits, Action Game Maker brings 2D action game development to those of all skill levels. Built using Godot Engine, and Action Game Maker provides access to professional level functions without any programming required. A collection of samples and assets are included to provide the foundation needed to make your game a reality. Unchain your imagination. So, it does not require coding. If so, you don't need. If you are not good at knowledging, or basically you're not into programming well, no knowledge of programming is needed apparently. So, Action Game Maker builds on the Node-based visual scripting system created for Pixel Game Maker MV with many improvements. Again, no knowledge of programming is needed. Simply connect up actions similar to RPG Maker's event comments and see the unique logic for your game come together. Take advantage of the excellent 2D functionality provided by Godot Engine, the popular open source engine powering Action Game Maker. So, here are the list. It features UI design based on the existing Godot UI. Support for GTScript is provided for those who want to move beyond visual scripting. A complete 2D pipeline, the tile map editor with auto tile function, supports both sprite and 2D bone animation systems, and access to Godot's rich particle and shader systems, as well as support for dynamic lighting and shadows, enabling a full suite of graphics features. And yes, everything you need to build your first game is included from caring about assets and just get started. The provided samples are intentionally simple and pixel style, so it's easy to open up and make modifications or extensions to begin creating your own original look. Of course, if you already have your own assets, it's easy to import them, and high resolutions are supported. So good news for potential game developers out there. If you want to make, if you're very new to this, then Action Game Maker will interest you. Yeah, it will interest you for real. Okay, and of course I have already covered. Sign in to confirm your. Oh, you can. Oh, Lomao. Oh, Lomao. Wait a minute. They want me to sign. Oh wait. Oh, I'm signed out. Okay, so apparently, guys, I want to show you this real quick about some people getting this new thing here. Let me just go open that. So as you can see, I'm trying to to do the trailer here, which I already read yesterday, but again, YouTube is already indeed testing this. Sign in to confirm you're not a bot. So, well, what is YouTube up to, right? And yeah, refuse to connect, of course. Don't know why, but let me just hook up a thing here. Let me just stop now. But very funny, Google. Very funny. Very funny. Very funny. Very funny indeed. Very funny. Anyways, now I have to say that, oh my god, Google, what is Google really up to? Why does it really require to people to log in, right? Just why? Just why? Seriously, just why? Anyways, let me just refresh the page. Hopefully I can But apparently I was signed out, so I'm not sure why. Let me just go check YouTube again. That is weird. I'm signed in. That is weird. That is freaking weird. That is weird. I will just check my watch history real quick. Okay, yep, it locked it. Yep. I can even see Hello Pilipinas in my history too. That's nice. Alright, so let's see if I can do this again. Let's just make sure that it can play. Hayop ka, YouTube, if it won't play. Hayop ka. Oh, hayop ka. Oh well. Anyways, now let's move on now. Let's just continue with some Pokemon Sleep. So, woo hoo hoo! Pokemon Sleep celebrates first anniversary and tops $100 billion in revenue. Pokemon Sleep has announced a new celebration event for the game's first anniversary. Along with this announcement, it has also been reported the mobile game has reached over $100 million in revenue, an impressive feat for a game revolving around sleeping in real life. The game has been downloaded over 20 million times since its launch. For the anniversary celebrations, players will be able to find three new sleep styles based on the Paldean starter Pokemon featured in the latest mainline games. The first class will run from July 15 through July 29, 2024, which is 2 days in US and tomorrow here in the Philippines. They will be more likely to stumble upon SP Litito, Fukuoko, and Roxley, and will be able to complete special missions to obtain them permanently. Pokemon Sleep has been available for iOS and Android devices. Okay, alright. I think that is all for the gaming news that I can cover today. We will now get ready for koolNews early edition, so stick around, people. We will be right back.
Live from Cool Studios, this is koolNews Early Edition.
Welcome back to koolNews Early Edition. Now, first headlines that just came in. Republican candidate Donald Trump was evacuated from the stage at a rally on Saturday after what sounded like shots rang out at the event in Pennsylvania, according to AFP. The former U.S. president was seen with blood on his right ear as he was surrounded by security agents who settled him off the stage as he pumped his fist to the crowd. Trump was bundled into an SUV and driven away. We saw a lot of people go down looking confused. I heard the shots. It sounded like between firecrackers and a small caliber handgun, said John Yekal from Franklin, Pennsylvania, who was attending his first Trump rally. In the report following the incident, the Secret Service said Trump is safe after an incident Saturday at the rally in Pennsylvania. The Secret Service has implemented protective measures, and the former president is safe. This is now an active Secret Service investigation, and further information will be released when available. Secret Service Communications Chief Anthony Guglielmi said on X. In the other news, tech billionaire Elon Musk said Saturday he fully endorses Donald Trump after the Republican presidential candidate was rushed bleeding from the stage of a rally in Pennsylvania after an apparent shooting. I fully endorse President Trump and hope for his rapid recovery, Musk wrote on X, which he owns along with carmaker Tesla, as he shared a video of Trump pumping his fist up while being escorted away by Secret Service officials. Now, continuing with the regular headlines, National Security Advisor Edgardo Ano again said on Saturday that the National Task Force to End Local Communist Armed Conflict would completely crush the New People's Army within the term of President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. In a statement, Ano said the NTF Tarlac, which has been getting an average of more than 10 billion pesos every year since 2019, continues to achieve significant and laudable milestones. Under the Marcos administration, we will carry on with these achievements, and we will make sure that during this administration, we will be able to completely crush these peace spoilers, he said. Also, a former military chief, serves as a co-vice chair of the NTF Tarlac, which is still headed by Vice President Sara Duterte until July 19. Duterte resigned from the Marcos cabinet as Concord's Education Secretary and NTF ALCAC chair on June 18. In June this year, the government's anti-communist task force asked Congress to restore the 8.7 billion peso fund for its Support the Barangay Development Program that would grant 10 million pesos to each barangay liberated from the presence or influence of communist rebels. According to ANO, the Armed Forces of the Philippines has been able to destroy the political military component of all 87 active NPA fronts since 2018 due to the government's implementation of multi-pronged political and socio-economic programs. We are also on the verge of completely dismantling the remaining 7 weakened guerrilla fronts. We expect that the remaining GFs will be dismantled within the year or the next, he said. Colonel Francel Margaret Padilla, spokesperson for the AFP, said Marcos in February this year has ordered the AFP to end the local armed insurgency in the country within the year as the government transitions to external defense. Padilla said there were 11 remaining weakened guerrilla fronts across the country with about 1,500 fighters. In November last year, the government and the Communist Party of the Philippines agreed to resume peace talks, hoping to end the longest-running insurgency in Asia. It's been 56 years since the CPP was founded on December 26, 1968, while its armed wing, the New People's Army, was founded on March 29, 1969. Marcos said both parties have agreed to a principled and peaceful resolution of the armed conflict. We have taken a bold, meaningful, and optimistic step toward the fulfillment of this aspiration for all Filipinos, he said. And the Department of Trade and Industry has trained more than 300,000 micro, small, and medium enterprises on digital commerce from January 2023 to March 2024. According to Trade Secretary Alfredo Pascal on Saturday, the training was meant to integrate MSMEs into digital technologies. By empowering MSMEs with digital tools and fostering a culture of innovation, we unlock the full potential and drive inclusive economic growth for all Filipinos, Pascal said. In this regard, the DDI has onboarded over 300,000 MSMEs nationwide in e-commerce platforms from January 2023 to March 2024, he noted. These onboarding efforts include training in social media platforms such as Instagram, Fiverr, and TikTok, as well as e-marketplaces such as Shopee, Lazada, Amazon, among others, he pointed out. Pascal made the remarks at the DDI's 2024 National MSME Summit. The official also urged owners of enterprises to also produce intermediate goods which can be resold or distributed in larger companies. We also would like to encourage MSMEs not to limit themselves to producing consumer goods. We want them to produce intermediate products that can be integrated into the supply chains of larger companies, he continued. Data from the DDI said that as of 2022, there were more than 1.1 million MSMEs in the country. By empowering MSMEs, we unlock the full potential of striving, inclusive, and sustainable Philippine economy, Pascal concluded. There you go. And now, it is time for cool weather. Brought to you by the Pagkasa Weather Specialist, Daniel James E. Villamil.
Magandang umaga mula sa Pag-asa Weather Forecasting Center. Ito ng ating update sa magiging tayo ng panahon sa susunod na 24 oras. Patuloy ang pag-iral ng southwest monsoon o hanging habagat sa kanlurang bahagi ng Southern Luzon, Visayas at sa Mindanao. Kaya dahil sa habagat, makakaranas pa rin tayo ng mga pag-ulan sa malaking bahagi ng ating bansa. Partikular dito sa buong Mindanao at sa western section ng Southern Luzon at ng Visayas. At sa kasalukuyan, may binabantayan rin tayong low pressure area sa labas ng ating Philippine Area of Responsibility. Kaninang alas 3 ng umaga, huling namataan itong LPA na ito sa layong 885 kilometers kanluran ng Central Luzon. Within the next 24 hours, mataas yung tsansa ng nasabing low pressure area na maging isang ganap na bagyo o tropical depression. Pero gayon pa man, wala naman tayong inaasahang direktang epekto ng nasabing sama ng panahon sa anumang bahagi ng ating bansa. At sa mga sunod na araw, magpapatuloy yung generally northwestward na paggalaw nito patungo sa bansang Vietnam. At may binabantayan rin po tayong cloud cluster sa silangang bahagi ng Mindanao. Sa mga susunod na araw, itong mga kumpol na kaulapan na ito, posible rin maging isang ganap na low pressure area na posible magdulot ng mga pag-ulan sa silangang bahagi ng Visayas at sa Mindanao. Kaya for the next 3 to 5 days or sa mga susunod pang mga araw, dahil sa pinagsamang epekto nitong southwest monsoon at nitong cloud clusters na posibleng maging low pressure area, asahan natin ang mataas na tsansa ng makaulapan at kalat-kalat na thunderstorm sa malaking bahagi ng Visayas or sa buong Mindanao, buong Visayas, pati rin dito sa western section ng Southern Luzon. Pagpapatuloy itong maaliwalas sa panahon sa Metro Manila at sa nalalabing bahagi ng ating bansa, maliban na lamang sa mga tsansa ng biglaan at panandaliang buhos ng ulan na dulot ng localized thunderstorms. At para naman sa maging lagay ng ating panahon ngayong araw dito sa Luzon, dahil sa pag-iral ng hanging habagat, asahan pa rin natin itong maulap na kalangitan na may mga kalat-kalat na pag-ulan, pakulog at pagkidlat sa bahagi ng Occidental Mindoro. Mas maaliwalas sa panahon naman na ating inaasahan dito sa Metro Manila and the rest of Luzon. Ngunit paghanda pa rin tayo sa mga tsansa ng biglaan o yung mga isolated rain showers or localized thunderstorms na dala ng habagat, especially dito sa western section ng Southern Luzon, particular sa mga areas ng Metro Manila, Cavite, Laguna, Batangas, pati na rin dito sa Bataan. Maximum temperature forecast para sa lawag ngayong araw, posibleng umabot ng 33 degrees Celsius. 25 degrees naman dito sa Baguio City at 36 degrees Celsius sa Tuguegarao. Maximum temperature forecast para sa Metro Manila ngayong araw, posibleng umabot ng 32 degrees Celsius. 31 degrees naman sa Tagaytay at 32 degrees Celsius sa bahagi ng Legazpi. Sa bahagi naman ng Palawan, Visayas at sa Mindanao, Buong Mindanao, Western at Central Visayas, pati na rin dito sa Palawan, kabilang na dyan Calayan Islands. For today, dahil sa hanging habagat, patuloy tayong makakaranas ng maulang panahon. Maulap na kalangitan na may mga kalad-kalad na pag-ulan, pagkulog at pagkidlat. Kaya sa ating mga kababayan sa mga nabangkit na lugar, especially dito sa Western at Central portions ng Mindanao, patuloy po tayong maging handa at alerto sa mga banta ng pagbaha at pagguho ng lupa, lalong-lalo na kung tuloy-tuloy ang pag-ulan na mararanasan. And since sa mga nakarang araw nga, may mga naitalan na tayong pagbaha sa ilang areas ng Western at Central Mindanao, kung may mga pag-ulan tayong mararanasan ngayong araw na mga kalad-kalad na pag-ulan, nadala ng habagat sa mga areas na ito, nananatiling mataas yung tsansa ng flash floods at landslides, kaya patuloy po tayong maging handa sa mga banta o sa mga hazards ng malalakas na ulan at pagbaha. Sa nalalabing bahagi naman ng Visayas, particular sa Eastern Visayas, ay bahagyang maulap hanggang sa maulap na papawirin na may mga pulupulong pag-ulan at pagkulog at pagkidlat ang ating mararanasan. Maximum temperature forecast para sa Palawan at Calayan Islands ngayong araw, posibleng umabot ng 30 degrees Celsius. 31 degrees naman dito sa areas ng Iloilo at Cebu at 32 degrees Celsius sa bahagi ng Tacloban. Maximum temperature forecast para sa Cagayan de Oro ngayong araw, posibleng umabot ng 31 degrees Celsius. 31 degrees rin dito sa bahagi ng Davao at 30 degrees Celsius sa bahagi ng Zamboanga. Sa kalagayan naman nating karagatan, sa kasalukuyan, wala pa rin nakataas na gale warning sa anumang baybay na ating kapuluan, ngunit iba yung pag-iingat pa rin sa ating mga kababayan na maglalayag, especially dito sa seaboards ng western section ng Southern Luzon, Visayas at ng Mindanao dahil posible pa rin tayo makaranas dyan ng katamtaman hanggang sa maalong karagatan. At ang haring araw dito sa Kamunilaan ay sisikat mamayang 5:35 ng umaga at lulubog naman mamaya sa ganap na 6:29 ng hapon. At para sa karagdagang impormasyon tungkol sa ulat panahon, lalong-lalo na sa mga rainfall or thunderstorm advisories na posibleng i-issue ng ating Pag-asa Regional Center sa ating mga lokalidad, ay follow kami sa aming social media accounts at DUST_Pag-asa. Mag-subscribe na rin kayo sa aming YouTube channel sa DUST Pag-asa Weather Report at palaging bisitahin ang aming official website sa pag-asa.dust.gov.ph. At yan naman po ang latest mula dito sa Pag-asa Weather Forecasting Center. Magandang umaga sa ating lahat. Ako po si Dan Villamil Nag-uulat.
And that is it for koolNews Early Edition. As always, you can send a news tip or feedback to us at tvh.philippines.news@gmail.com. And we will be back with more news headlines later with koolNews at noon, 4, 6, and 9 with koolNews Primetime. Until then, I am Asphere, and with that, koolNews Early Edition has now concluded. We will now return to Hello Pilipinas shortly. Good morning. Hang on. All right. And also, I also forgot to mention. Thank you, Stephen, for notifying me. But it was an attempted assassination. So regarding the report that we read earlier. So thank you very much to Stephen for notifying me. All right. So 4 minutes before we leave the airwaves, so let's now cover the anime now. Where is it? Let's go to Anime News Network. Here it is. Okay, so apparently it's also slow, not surprising. So, yeah, that's kind of slow. So, nope, no anime news today, guys. All right then. So, while we are getting ready to say bye-bye to Hello Pilipinas, well, we have some announcements again regarding the koolFM. So starting tomorrow, remember this, guys. Remember this, starting tomorrow, we will have some significant changes to the lineup of koolFM, which means 5:30 will now be a daily sign-on time for. Which means 5:30 will now be a daily sign-on time for both weekdays and weekends. Meaning, 5:30 will be the paid programming slot before koolNews Early Edition and on weekdays and the worship hour on weekends. So once again, we have said that koolNews Early Edition will be moving to its burning time slot, which we did say. So 6 to 9, that is 6 to 9 in the morning. Okay, and also there would be a brand new weekend music block from our DJ Chit Miranda that it will be replacing weekend sessions. Oh yeah, very shortly, but it will be replacing weekend sessions with Chito. So it's from going forward, you won't be from overtime. You won't be hearing any more weekend sessions with Chito plug going forward. So there will be a brand new show replacing that will start later this week, which is already Sunday. And yeah, so again, the new koolFM schedule will be taking effect tomorrow. All right, so now we will get ready for the quote of the day as I'm preparing for the playout log to make sure it's working. Okay, let's get ready for the quote of the day. We have a minute to do it. Let's go. All right, today's quote of the day. There are many men of principle in both parties in America, but there is no party of principle. From Alex de Tocqueville. And that will be it for Hello Pilipinas this morning. As always, thank you so much for joining us to start your weekend mornings with us right here on Hello Pilipinas. We will be back next week at 7 to 9 right here on TVH Network, koolFM, and also live streaming on TGON Productions and TGON News YouTube channels. Until then, I am Asphere, and this has been Hello Pilipinas. Happy weekend, everyone, and good morning! We will see you next week. Bye-bye!